Whole Enchilada, a community of high achievers that fight the status quo, rebel against mediocrity, and make life happen. Let's go. Hey, Enchilada Nation, excited to spend some time with you today. As you can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm shooting from location in beautiful Maui, Hawaii. Today, we're going to be talking about the 3 rules that will change your life. Not only change your life, but how you lead your life, which is taking an active approach to creating your life by design, which is so in alignment with what we talk about here at the Whole Enchilada, living in an elevated state across multiple platforms through your business life, your personal life, your relationships, finance, and faith and fitness. I am a big believer that you can have it all, but it takes really purposeful, intentional living to make that happen, which is the journey I'm on. It's the journey you're on, and I'm thrilled that you're on that journey with me. Today, I'm going to be talking about a quote from the great coach, Lou Holtz, who was one of the greatest football coaches of Notre Dame of all time. One of my thoughts originally was he the coach of Rudy Rudiger, which if any of you have watched the movie Rudy, man, that show just fires you up to come from that underdog story and to achieve something great. I am not a crier by nature, but man, that show gets me every single time. So here's the quote that Coach Lou Holtz said. He often said this in a bunch of different ways. If you look him up, he gave several addresses and he always came back to these 3 rules. Number 1, do the right thing. Number 2, do the best you can. And number 3, show people you care. Man, what great 3 simple rules to live by. But as I sat and thought about each one as it relates to my own life, I love the intent of each one of these. And they're so easy to say and they sound easy to do. The ideas of them are simple, but it's actually pretty difficult to do at a high level without being really purposeful and intentional about how you are approaching them. So I want to break them down a little bit today and just share with you some of my thoughts in regards to each one of these. Number 1, he says, do the right thing. I think this is really easy for us to say. Obviously, everyone should be doing the right thing and choosing the right thing. However, in the world we live in, a lot of times when you're making a choice that's best for you, it is not what's best for somebody else. I think it's really important for us to gain better perspective on what does it mean to actually do the right thing in every situation. Some choices have very small, minimal impact, but some of the choices we're making as high-level leaders and achievers impact a lot of people. A lot of people are counting on you making the right decision. What I think about doing the right thing, number 1, is if I don't have my value filter in check, if I don't have real clarity on who I am, what I represent, what is the bigger picture of what I'm trying to accomplish, when I'm making a choice, I need to run it against that filter to say, is the decision I'm proposing to make, is it in alignment with my values? Do I do that value check? Number 2 is doing what I call second order thinking, saying I'm making a decision of what I think is the best in the moment now, but let me jump into the future a little bit. Let me get 3 months, 3 years down the road. What is the result of me making this decision today that's going to serve future Marcus and the people in my world on the next stage? Is it just a Band-Aid that solves a problem now but doesn't serve the long-term goal or solution that we're trying to accomplish? Number 1, look at it against your values. Number 2, look at it with that long-term lens. And then asking the question, what is the impact? Who does this impact beyond myself? And understanding what the greater good is of your world, of your organization, of your network, and asking, does it serve the bigger impact? The hard thing is, it's still in some scenarios, you might look at it on a grander scale and say, it doesn't serve 100% of my world, but this is the scenario in which it serves the greatest, it has the greatest impact in my world. Thomas Jefferson said something in relation to choosing the right thing that I really liked. He said this, in matters of style, swim with the current, but in matters of principle, stand like a rock. The reason I like that, particularly for this conversation, is I think we put too much time and energy into making choices around things that really don't have long-term consequence. And ultimately, when we're giving energy to making a choice around something that really doesn't matter on a bigger scale, we're robbing that energy from a decision that needs more energy from us. So in matters of style, swim with the current, know when it's okay just to be like, yeah, maybe that's not what I would have chosen, but I'm good with this. Giving people in your world freedom of what would you do? Great, let's do it. If it doesn't impact the bigger organization, give some of that decision-making ability away. but in matters of principle, stand like a rock. Be very clear on who you are and what that looks like. The second thing Lou said, number one is do the right thing. The second one is do the best you can. And obviously, our community is full of people that are high achievers. We're hard workers, we're disciplined, we set goals, we get after it. That being said, how many days have you got to the end of the day and you feel exhausted mentally, physically? Man, I worked my guts out today. But then you ask yourself, but did I actually move the organization forward? Did I actually spend time doing my best, working on the right things? Growing up, a lot of times I thought doing your best was outworking physically everybody else. And I still think that's one of my superpowers. I love to outwork the next person, and it's something I'm proud of. However, it does me no good to outwork somebody physically and mentally if I'm not pushing on the right buttons and the right levers. Doing your best doesn't always just equal max output. What it often refers to is sometimes your best is taking a step back and saying, do I have real clarity on how to get intentional? What am I trying to accomplish? What moves, what strategic moves would have the biggest impact on moving my organization forward? But at the end of the day, we should be asking, did I give focused and intentional effort to the right things? Your best is not about exhaustion, it's about intention. And what I mean by intention there is not, I intended to do the right thing, but do you have a clear intention strategically with your move? For me, one of the biggest tools that helps me do this is creating my daily success list. My to-do list has a lot of things that root back to a lot of projects that are continually, constantly moving in my world. My success list is what are the most important things that deserve my attention and time today, that serve the greater good, and can I give my best? Can I go get those things done? And if I can answer that, honestly, I do not know what it feels like to have my to-do list done at the end of the day, but I do know what it feels like to have my success list done at the end of the day, and that feels good, regardless of there still being things on my to-do list. If I get my success list done, I can honestly say I gave it my best today and moved our organization forward. Number three is show people you care. I love that he included this on top of doing the right thing, working as hard as you can. You can't just bulldoze your way through life. And earlier on in my career, I think I was a bull in a china closet. It was just like, get out of my way, get on board and go with me, or get out of my way because we're going to go make things happen. And I still think that's part of my nature of wanting just to go shake things up and make things happen. However, the people that are on board with you, the people that have confidence in you, the people that are looking to you for an example and for their next opportunity, do they see you as just, I'm riding your coattails and I see this as a spot I want to be until I don't? Or do you slow down enough that they know in the end that you care about them? It's that caring that creates the loyalty from people that want to not only be part of the opportunity you're creating, but they aspire to be like you. They see your effort in growth. They see your effort in taking care of people, and people feel care. Another mistake I feel like I've made historically, and frankly, it still happens because I'm such a doer and I'm constantly just focusing on getting things done and working. I just assume my people know that I care about them. I assume that my people know that I'm working my guts out behind scenes on a specific project, so they should naturally know that I'm doing that because I care about them. That's on me. That's an issue that I have. It's my responsibility to slow down and articulate and communicate care. It's not enough just in my heart and my mind to care about people, which I do, I always have. But something I've had to learn is actually to slow down and communicate to people that I care. And a lot of times that's just flat out saying it. Hey, do you know that I care about you? Do you know that I appreciate you? And other times it comes in the form of questions of, how are you? Hey, we've got a lot of things going on right now. I want to check on you and your family. Or when you start a conversation with one of your direct reports, hey, before we get into this, tell me about your weekend. How's your family? Or bringing up something recently that those family members did or struggles they were going through, bringing up their family by name, asking those questions doesn't just articulate you care, but I find as I let myself slow down and have those conversations, it actually increases my care for them as a human. And when I increase my care for the people in my world that are taking a chance with me, man, it fires me up to double down on the first two, which is continue to do the right thing, continue to do that best I can, continue to create opportunities for the people that I care about. It was just interesting, this simple quote that on the surface level from Coach Lou Holtz, on the surface level of looking at it to say, do the right thing, do the best you can, show people you care. It was really easy for me to kind of almost brush over that. Yeah, of course, do those things. But as I gave it a little bit of time and energy and analyzation of my own life, I recognize that there's an opportunity for me to do better here and just be a little bit more intentional. Do the right thing. Do I have the right filters in place as I'm making literally, even today, working from this beautiful location, as I'm making some massive decisions for my organization to move it forward, to serve my people, to serve the consumer? Do I have the right filters to determine the right move? And frankly, we live in a world where sometimes it's not choosing a good or a bad. Sometimes it's choosing between good and the best. There's just a lot of really great things going on, but good is mediocre. We deserve, if we want the whole enchilada, if we want to live an elevated life, we've got to make bigger, better decisions, do the right thing, do the best we can, show people you care. That's my challenge for you today. Sit on this quote for a minute. Not asking you to go journal for an hour, but if you just sit on it for a minute and ask yourself, do I have a filter of what it means to choose the right thing? I'm not just talking about the simple moral things of, do I rob a bank or not? But on a day-to-day basis, do you have those filters in place that you know how to identify the right thing? I know you're working hard. I know you're a go-getter, but are you doing your best in a very intentional way? Do you know how to identify the things that really demand your attention and time to get to the next level? And number 3, do the people in your world know that you care about them? Even on a personal level, like when you look in the mirror and you make eye contact with yourself, is there an element of self-love and care there? Because that is an important thing for you to have in place for you to keep moving forward. So my friends, thank you for being part of the community. Thank you for being part of my journey of helping me become a better version of me on a day-to-day basis. I hope you know I do care about you. I care about this community, and nothing makes me happier than when I hear somebody tell me, hey, thanks for that episode on this, or I loved your thought on this, or if you thought about doing an episode or share your thoughts on this, please keep those comments coming and continue to do the right thing, do the best you can, and show people you care. Go live life on your terms, my friends. Thanks so much.